Two women, one closet. Yeah, we're laughing while we live it. We got stories, we got wisdom. Some things we probably shouldn't admit yet. Hey, hey. Come on in, there's always room. Pull up a shelf, adjust your mood. We're talking life, we're talking soul. From clutter to cosmic truths untold. It's two in the closet. Zero shame and lots of sass. Get comfy, girl, 'cause we're diving into the good stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Today, we're going to talk about breath, how to produce tonic chemicals in our bodies that help our bodies heal, help us feel better. And I think we both had the inspiration from a podcast that we watched
Yes.
featuring Soma Breath's renegade pharmacist, Niraj Neek. But before we go any further, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
Please.
Share with at least one friend who breathes, right? You must know one.
Yes.
Drop us a comment and help us grow. And as always, if you like what you hear, you can now buy us a coffee using the link in our bio. And make sure to join our mailing list so you get all the freebies we sent your way. And that link is also in our bio. So without further ado, let's talk about breathing, right? So yes, Jen and I both came upon a podcast with the renegade pharmacist, and just a little backstory of him. He was a legit pharmacist.
I love that.
Yeah. And he kept seeing the patients that came into his pharmacy were taking more and more prescriptions, but were feeling worse and worse. And he thought there had to be a better way. Then he had his own personal health crisis, and that was really the turning point for him. They offered him either major surgery or a lot of meds, and some of them were experimental.
Right.
And he decided to look for a third path because he didn't think either one of those were the right way to go, having seen what he saw with the people that came in to get their prescriptions. So he turned to breath, meditation, and lifestyle.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but what was really interesting is that he was not into anything spiritual in
Right.
the beginning or anything. He said woo woo.
Yes.
And I thought he's a regular Joe,
Mhm.
pharmacist,
Yeah.
just watching all these people, had his own experience,
Mhm.
and then developed something so great. So
Yeah.
I really,
Yeah. And I think I loved what he said in the podcast we listened to, because he was talking about the desperation that he felt with trying to find an answer to his own health problems. And he said, God sends a gift of desperation. And just,
I love
we both like starred that and highlighted it, because,
you don't realize it.
and God is everywhere. So God is even in the desperation. And sometimes God sends us something that looks like illness or challenge
To teach us.
to help us
Right.
find a better way for ourselves. So he was guided to try breathwork and Ayurvedic treatments, which ultimately healed him. And we can link that podcast later so you can go listen to the whole thing.
Yes.
But we just wanted to have a conversation about it. He teaches how to breathe right. But you have a story about when you didn't breathe so well.
Right. And it actually kind of turned into a little nightmare. My mom was in the hospital and I went to visit her, and she wasn't getting, we felt, the treatment that she was supposed to get. I said something to the nurse. They said they called the doctor, blah, blah, blah. Doctor never came. And I got very angry and was not even breathing. Really, I was like beating red, seeing stars, sweating, because I was so anxious and so almost kind of angry that things weren't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, I got into a fight with another nurse, and then another one.
She's now banned from that hospital.
Right?
No.
Because I was so dysregulated because
Mhm.
I wasn't breathing properly that I was actually going to pass out.
You were hyperventilating? Yeah.
That's never happened to me before.
Mhm.
This was definitely a ha moment, as I say. And
For that new listener,
yes,
that's Jen's way of saying aha.
yes, just a
Yes.
little thing I do. So I got really scared,
Hmm.
Beth, and we talked about it because even my brother's like, Jennifer, you need to breathe or you're going to end up downstairs in the emergency room.
Hmm.
And I just slowed down and breathed or tried to, but I was in a very highly dysregulated state
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was so upset.
So, how did you get out of it? How did breathing feel when you were conscious of it, when you were paying attention to it?
It was it wasn't regular. It was I felt like out of whack in a way, and I
Mhm.
needed to calm down. I felt like I needed to sit, center myself, and take slow breaths.
Yes.
Slow,
When we get anxious, we tend to breathe right here
right?
and fast. And if you do that, you can do that at home, listeners. And if you do that for 20, 30 seconds, you're going to find you get very lightheaded. And if you
Very
keep breathing slow, shallow, or fast, shallow breaths like that, you will pass out,
well.
you know?
I have to tell you, I looked like I was going to pass out,
Yeah.
and felt like I was going to pass out, and I
Mhm.
actually got a little scared
Well,
and emotional, and
yeah.
it was definitely a wake up call.
Was it your gift of desperation?
It was my gift
Yes.
of
Yes. I love that phrase.
yeah, desperation.
Yes. Yes. So we learned how to breathe the right way, a healthy way, the way that is going to, like I said, create tonic chemicals in our body, lower our inflammation, help with any autoimmune diseases. That is life changing. And the best part is it's free to everybody, right?
Yes,
So this guy, he discovered that pairing music with breath and good nutrition was like
the
the
key.
ticket for him. So he created Soma Breath, and it's been really instrumental in getting people off of drugs, especially those that deal with autoimmune diseases. And I love what he said about autoimmune diseases. He
Yep.
says autoimmune disease is when trust, compassion, and love turn to hate within the body and the cells begin to attack one another. I've always believed that because
Right.
I've always believed that whatever cell becomes cancer or an autoimmune disease is my cell. Like nobody put new
No.
cells in
Right.
me. Like I didn't go get some of your cells and put them in me and then
You don't want my cells.
I don't. I don't. I'm sure that I don't. But but you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so those are my cells that have turned on me.
I need to say one thing. This is very interesting. I had a blood test probably a year ago.
Mhm.
Okay. And it was marked that I had an autoimmune. My numbers were high.
Mhm.
Okay. I just had another blood test and it is not there anymore.
That's amazing.
So it shows, I'm not
Mhm.
saying I'm like a, breathing expert.
No.
I'm just saying your body, it changes with how you're being.
Your body is your inner
Yeah.
pharmacy.
So I thought that was interesting.
If you know what to prescribe, right? So the purpose of this breath is to restore harmony and bring peace and bliss together through
Yes.
breath. And there are techniques if you literally if your sinus
For everything.
yeah, if you've got constipation, if you have sleep problems, you can there's breath for everything. So we're going to go through a couple but I think another thing that he talked about is that every function in our body has a natural rhythm to it. Your circadian rhythm tells you when to go to sleep and when to wake up in the morning, right?
Right.
So that's one of them. So there are all these rhythms that you just think about a beautifully composed piece of music where all the instruments play like an orchestra. It all comes together, right? But if it's out of tune or if one guy is out of
So
tune,
interesting.
like that violin guy, like scratching,
Right.
right? Then suddenly that is not a beautiful piece of music anymore. That somebody is out of rhythm. So you can look at it like that too. Like you want your body to be in harmony with itself, all of its rhythms and functions,
Be-
just the way they're meant to, the way your perfect body
It
was designed
it
to
really
be.
it really makes a difference because
Yeah.
when it's not, it becomes a physical and emotional
Yeah. So
problem.
what if just a few minutes a day of breathing brought harmony and balance to the inner world here?
It's sounds good,
Yeah.
and I would definitely sign up for that
Yeah.
because not, time thing, but it's
Yeah.
very important to set
If you
that
don't
time.
have time to
Right.
breathe,
No,
girl, I can't help you.
no, right.
I can't have
Exactly.
this
No,
conversation with you.
no. But I'm saying this is perfect for me
Yeah.
because it's 60 to 90 seconds.
And there's something else added to it is music. So that has rhythm too. We just talked about that, right? So breath and music and the rhythm, it's all the same thing, just expressed in different
Different
outlets,
ways.
right? Another thing that he talks about, which I found fascinating, was hypoxia, when you hold your breath and you
Yes.
don't breathe in,
I
and
didn't
intermittent hypoxia,
I
right?
didn't know any of this.
Yeah. So when you hold your breath after an exhale, so you breathe in, you breathe out, and you don't breathe back in. You just stay there down here. Um, you create a physiological state in
Oh,
your
I just
body.
tried that. That was weird.
What happened? That
Well,
was very fast.
I just wanted to try it for a second, but what happened was your body kind of,
Drops in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I
Yeah.
was going to maybe panic, but
No, that's a
wow.
good feeling.
Yeah.
Yes. So intermittent hypoxia, when when your oxygen levels are lower than normal, this is actually inner power. This is where the music, the magic and music start to happen. That's what creates life force, the chi that
The
we hear about,
chi.
right?
I always
So
wanted to
when
know
you
what the
do
chi
it
is.
controlled the right way, we simulate what they're doing right now at Cambridge University, where they actually have rooms and machines that test this and see what happens within the bodies. So
That's
one of the best things that happens is your mitochondria, which are the little engines of your cells. Um, they're the ones that generate our life force, and they're like little car engines. And without them, the car goes nowhere. And as we get older,
they get
they get
low,
they get lazy. They get a little lazy, like me on a Saturday,
kind of like sperm.
and like the swimmers, and they die. Um, they die because of the actual of too much oxygen. So if you give it too much oxygen, a constant supply, they burn out over time.
This is so interesting because I thought it was like kind of just the opposite in my
You
head.
would think,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Logically, right? But it's like intermittent fasting. You take food away for a while and you go back and the body regenerates the mitochondria. So if you do it with your breath, it's even more profound, because you're taking away the oxygen just for a bit and then giving it back and then taking it away and giving it back. And you do that through rhythmic breathing and retentions, and you hold it and breathe again. That automatically and dramatically increases the number of mitochondria that are efficient in your cells. So you're actually reverse aging yourself
Wow.
just by not breathing. And it's not like a holding a gasp of breath, it's just not breathing.
So I have a question for you.
Mhm.
So is it producing new cells or the cells are just
It is producing, yes.
okay?
And it produces stem cells, which we're going to talk about too. And that is incredibly
Okay.
exciting.
Okay.
So it makes you more super resilient to stress, right? It gives you more energy, more vitality, more stamina. But stem cells in your body do not love oxygen. They hate it. So when you
This is
when you put your body into a state of intermittent hypoxia, then the stem cells come out too. And what do
oh,
stem cells do? They go wherever they are needed in the body. There's like a resonance to like an injury
so
or some sort of
so it just
cellular
knows to
damage.
go
It
there.
just knows to go there, and it becomes those kind of cells that are needed to heal that area. It's
Learning something.
amazing.
No,
Yeah.
it's I didn't know this
Yeah.
stuff. I think it's
So
great.
we want this kind of breath, right?
Yes, yes,
Another thing happens is your blood vessels start to multiply. We know the number one killer in the world is heart disease.
yes.
What if your heart started multiplying its blood vessels to get more blood and supply to your heart?
You would be
You wouldn't have clogged arteries and stents and things like that. We're not doctors, but I'm just saying this is like really exciting. You naturally create a heart bypass through intermittent hypoxia.
That is just very cool.
I know.
Like fascinating.
Yeah,
to
you've
me.
got to get Barry on this.
I know.
Yeah. So it helps form stronger blood vessels in your heart. There's no downside to this so far.
No,
right?
I don't see a downside.
Yeah. So you get more use of your brain through breathing these techniques. Your organs get a chance to sort of generate and get more blood flow to them. And this supercharge, you start to get a bliss that comes from within. That's amazing.
Yes. And also, when I was doing the breaths, my body felt like I could function because the way I was, it was they might have, in a second would have been like, maybe you need to check yourself in.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, we've all been there.
I know.
We've all had that moment and we think, what could I have done differently?
Right.
But in that moment,
right.
there is no different. There's just the panic and the frustration.
Exactly.
And the stress,
but this is 60 seconds
of concentration on something not that problem. Right?
You don't have to go there.
Yeah.
The place I went.
And that bliss, like I'm here for inner bliss because I was taught, my spiritual teacher teaches, you get to the point where you're happy for no reason at all. Or you're great at you're gracious, you're in gratitude for no particular reason.
Right.
There's nothing attached to it.
Right.
That's the ultimate. That's where you want to get. Just happy for no reason, in gratitude for no reason, blissed out for no reason. I do wake up some days like that. Now I'm wondering, I wonder how I breathed how I was breathing.
I know.
Because
we should do a study.
I'm really super happy for no apparent reason, right?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Another thing, trauma. All this research is being done again at Cambridge, and I think it's incredibly fascinating. Everybody's talking about trauma, right? We did an episode not too long ago about it.
Right.
Well, trauma leaves a physical wound in the brain, just like a physical trauma would. So this is my, what do I want to say? My pet peeve. I don't know. It's sort of a pet peeve. That's why people go for years and years to therapy, but never get better because there's an actual trauma in their body that isn't being addressed.
Right. So is it kind of like saying, don't mean to interrupt you, Beth, but is it kind of saying, oh, you dealt with that? You know how some people say, oh, that happened in the past. Don't worry about it. I'll just forget about it. And it's trauma. That's going to, right?
Yes. And not everybody has a life altering trauma.
Of course not.
And sometimes that is valid. Like I forgot to pick up milk at the store, come on.
Right.
That's not a trauma.
Right.
I don't know where that came from, but you know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying.
Something that truly is inconsequential to the person being told that it's no big deal. Like, so if I'm telling you it's no big deal, you could say that really was no big deal, but here's what was,
Right.
And I'm not talking about it. I'm not addressing it. I'm not dealing with it in my therapy or in my whatever healing modality. Like if you're not addressing it, it is like a wound.
Right. And if you forget about it, it's still there.
It's still there. It's
That's
scar tissue.
Right. This is what I'm.
Right.
Yeah.
But he has his program has helped people that have had lifelong PTSD, trauma of like one of the worst ways, and suddenly they're new people. They have a whole new disposition, and that is neuroplasticity, changing how your neurons function. That's Joe Dispenza. She's been listening to Joe Dispenza.
I have.
Couldn't be prouder.
I love it.
But that's neuroplasticity, the ability to change and rewire your brain. Because
it is possible.
I think that you can do that through breathing, right? It's not magical thinking. Right?
I didn't even think there was like a magic behind breathing. You just breathe.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So you've got the breath, you've got the rhythmic breathing, you've got the breath holds, and you've got the music. And then the third layer that really adds to that is guided meditation. So I got to get this out of the way before I forget. He is starting his name is Niraj Neek, and at Soma Breath, and that'll all be in the notes. But he's starting a month-long breath work free class that starts Thursday, so tomorrow, and it runs each Thursday for the whole month of April. And there's different topics for the breath work for that day. I'm already signed up
I'm
for it.
going to sign up for it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to do this. But we'll put the link in the notes too, so you guys can go take advantage of it. So if you are interested in participating in that, make sure you check our show notes and go get registered before tomorrow.
Yes.
So we wanted to do a little practice, right?
Yes.
To see what it was like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the breath exercise. We're going to do the intermittent hypoxia,
Okay.
right? But I want to talk a little bit about what happens too when you don't breathe. Because I think anybody who has ever meditated in their life, raise your hand if your mind, the first time or times that you meditated, raced all over creation and you thought you were doing it wrong.
Yes, I actually
Yeah.
even asked the teacher if something
Yeah.
was wrong with me.
Yes. You're not doing it wrong, right? That's your mind running rampant, right? Now, when you restrict the breathing, what happens when you don't breathe is your thoughts actually quiet down almost immediately.
It's fascinating.
So when we say return to the breath in meditation, that's interesting to me now with this new stuff, because I always
didn't know.
kind of get annoyed when I'm meditating. And I just led a meditation a week ago, and we were instructed to bring people back to their breath a couple of times during the sitting. And I personally, when I'm meditating, I don't want you interrupting me, telling me to come back to the breath, because I'm
Right.
already into breath. And now I'm out of the breath because you told me to get into the
I'm
breath.
glad you're mentioning this because I really wasn't sure what that meant.
Yeah. So it's just,
I didn't want to say
your mind
anything.
wanders, you come back and you breathe and you be aware of your breath. So yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So the
Otherwise,
check-in?
yeah. Yeah. You can look at it that way. But when you slow down your breathing, everything naturally quiets down, because this is all one system. Your breath and your brain and your mind and all of this is connected. So if one starts to quiet down, it's like when you go to sleep at night, your body isn't running around.
No.
It's asleep
Right.
along with your brain, right?
Right. And also you could think of it, my experience when I was in a state of
Mhm.
heightened, I was all over the place. I was
Yeah.
thinking all these things.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, slow it down. Okay. That monkey mind is your sort of your default network, right?
Monkey
Without
mind.
practice.
That is a great name.
Yeah. So your worries about the future, the past, what itches on my body right now, because that always happens. All of that goes away and you go into Zen mode. And when you do that, you can install new programs in your brain. You can rewire your brain, right? So if you're listening to a guided meditation that helps you, I was telling you about Joe
Yes.
Dispenza's go to sleep meditations. That's not what they're called, but I listen as I go to sleep, because he's literally turning parts of my brain on to rewire themselves through that guided meditation.
Do you listen to it while you're going to sleep?
Yeah, put my earphones
And
in.
you don't turn it off?
No, it goes off when it's off. When it's done.
Oh.
When it's done, it's like an hour meditation.
Oh,
But I go into a very blissful sleep.
wow.
So that state when you're meditating is the perfect receptive garden for new thoughts and new seeds to be
I love
planted in.
that.
So that's, that this is not magic, but sure sounds like it can change your life, right?
I know. Well, it's kind of like when people say, "Oh God, that's even," the pharmacist is like, "That's not woo woo."
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
He was definitely not a woo-woo guy.
right.
But when we do this breath, we're going to hold our sphincter muscles, the muscles that you pee with, right? That you tighten your butt muscle,
The butt, yeah,
everything. down there.
everything.
You're going to hold that.
Doing it now.
Okay, thank you for sharing. And when you hold, we're going to breathe in and exhale. And then when we do inhale again, we're going to tighten all those muscles. And what happens with that is it sends your cerebral spinal fluid from your spine up into your brain. It's got all the stem cells, all the blood flow, all the good stuff, and you get a high from it. See, I know this is true because this is how Sue Morter teaches one of her breath
Wow.
exercises, that you breathe through the belly and you hold everything and you tighten everything and then you shoot it up, into your brain.
So when you're tightening, you're breathing.
You don't have to tighten your body, but
You're this.
this one we're going to do, we're going to breathe in and out for a little bit, and then we are going to hold our breath at the exhale
Okay.
for do probably like 60 seconds,
Okay.
no breathing. And then when I tell you to inhale, then you're going to contract all those muscles as you take a deep inhalation. And just I would add this, like imagine you see this spinal fluid just lighting up your brain. I see like suddenly
Fireworks.
no, when you watch movies and they show like the United States and they show the power grid going off
Yeah.
and everything goes dark from the sky, right?
Yeah.
And then when it all comes on, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, in the darkness, that's what I feel like.
Okay.
That's what I picture.
Uh-huh.
So, but you do you.
Okay.
But let's do that and see
Okay.
how we feel.
Oh, this is exciting.
I know. I'm gonna do this from my notes because I
Okay.
don't want to mess it up. Oh, I almost forgot. This other thing that he did was so cool. Okay, everybody, do your thumb and your ring finger, right? And inhale.
Oh, wait. Oh, this.
And inhale. Where do you feel most of the air?
Chest.
Okay. Now, do your index finger and your thumb and do another inhale. And what just expanded?
My stomach.
I know.
Wow. It was like a poof.
Yes. And I didn't do that consciously. Like
What?
I've done that over and
Wait,
over
I'm
again
so
and it works.
I'm what? You guys have to
Listen.
try this. This
You got to drop us a note if you did this. Okay. Inhale. It's like I feel my whole torso expand. Chest, yes, but my belly. Whereas the other way.
it got like right with air.
Yeah.
Like I was pregnant for a second.
Those yogis are into
Yes,
something.
try
They know
it.
their stuff. Okay, so that was crazy. All right. So let's breathe like this. And we're going to breathe in for 4 beats, out for 4 beats. We're going to do that for a few rounds. I feel like I'm conducting. And then we're going to, hold it for as long as we can on the last inhale. And then we're going to exhale. And as we exhale, we're going to hum.
Oh, okay.
Humming creates nitric oxide, another atomic chemical. It's antiviral, antimicrobial. Wow.
These
It
are big words.
stabilizes big words sounding out first time.
I'm glad you're saying
Yes.
that.
Stabilizes your blood pressure, anti-inflammatory. It's a miracle molecule.
Wow.
So we are going to produce some of that. So again,
Okay.
we're going to 4 beats in, 4 beats out for a few rounds.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you to hold it for as long as you can. And when you exhale, hum. Whenever you feel the impulse to breathe, just hum it out. Okay.
But you'll tell us when to.
No, you'll do it you'll listen to your body.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the other breath
Yeah,
part.
that's what I meant.
Okay. All right. Okay. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now on this last inhale, you're going to hold it as long as you can. Inhale. And when you get to the point you can't hold it anymore, you're going to exhale with the sounding of a hum. You just created nitric oxide.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know how you're supposed to feel, but I love that.
Night, night.
Yeah. but it creates all this good tonic stuff in you, right?
Yeah, it's just it for me it's really grounding.
Humming regulates your nervous system. We talked a little bit about that before. I think we left a big part out of that episode, but it will regulate your nervous
Yeah,
system
and
faster than anything.
that's exactly what I needed
Vibration in your body.
at that point when
Yeah.
I yelled at three
Yeah.
nurses.
Yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna do the 4 in, 4 out, 4 in, 4 out. And then we are going to exhale and not breathe.
Okay.
Not breathe for as long, if we can go 60 seconds. Let me start a timer. Let me start the
You're
clock.
getting real professional.
I know. Well, I don't know. I am not a good judge of
Time.
time like that.
Neither am I.
So if we can hold it for 60, I will speed this up in the edit so you don't have to look at our
Could you
faces
imagine?
turning blue.
Can you imagine all that?
But when you do feel the need to inhale again, that's when you're going to tighten your sphincter muscles and just imagine your spinal fluid lighting up that sky in your brain.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to start that yet. Okay. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And hang here for as long as you can. Start the timer. If you do have to take a breath when you're ready, just tighten all of your sphincter muscles and imagine that's take a deep inhalation and just visualize that spinal fluid shooting up into your brain. Was that an inhale?
It was an exhale.
Oh, okay. I thought you already exhaled. Okay, that's 34 seconds. I thought you were on the exhale. Okay.
Yeah, no, I had to explode. It takes your body. I'm not used to letting it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we're just exhale for as long as you can. Take a big inhale and exhale. Okay. Holding the exhale. Hypoxia, generating stem cells, mitochondria, all the good parts of our cells. And when you do inhale, tighten your sphincters, imagine your spinal fluid, just see it shooting straight up your spine into your brain, illuminating it, firing and wiring.
Firing, wiring.
That's a Joe Dispenza reference.
I like it.
Probably not just him, but are you inhaling? Are you still exhaled?
Yeah.
Okay. You could talk through it. That's amazing.
Well, now
Okay, now, okay. 46 seconds, 50 seconds. You're breathing in, right? Chen, you don't exhale and exhale. You're supposed to be breathing in.
No, I was breathing in and then I was breathing out because I talk. So I had to breathe out.
So have you done the breathe in with the tightening yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't tell because all of a sudden you were breathing out again.
Yeah, I'm just so not used to what's happening in my body and my mind.
Okay, well okay. Okay, you can. How was that though? Was it weird?
It just like my body and my head are like I I am so my nervous system is so shut. Seriously, that doing that
even that little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. That is your sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Come on now.
wow.
You want to reverse age. Like this is your pharmacy to reverse age. Now I know why some people that I know that live particular lifestyles, why they do look like they're getting younger. because they're creating
Yep.
with this breath work, they're creating all of this good stuff in
Yep.
their body. So, huh.
Haha.
What did you guys think? Did you do it with us?
I hope so. If not, you have to try
I
it.
think we should I'll do like a standalone that we'll send out to our mailing list of
I love that.
a little bit more, tailored and fine.
I think that's a great idea because
Yeah.
it does take a second to
Yeah, and then you can
understand.
download it and you can just have it whenever you need 30
Perfect.
seconds, 60 seconds.
Perfect.
So if you're not on our mailing list, you got to get on it because
You have to.
that's where we will drop it. So the link is in our bio on all of our platforms. So make sure you go and not only subscribe to the platform podcast, but also to our mailing
Right,
list so we can
list.
get that to you. Because I would like that.
I would
like
love
that when
I would
need to
love
be-
that.
when I need to be calmed the fuck down.
I need to put that on my phone and just play it when I'm at the hospital next.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I'll be like,
But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I think it was really illuminating to me.
I learned, thank you. I learned so much.
Yeah.
So much.
I did
and I hope
too.
you guys did too.
Yeah. So
Again, we're not doctors.
we're not doctors,
And we don't
but
play
we're
one on
just blown
TV.
away. So I will link his original interview so you can go and listen to the whole thing.
Yes.
I will link Soma Breath so you can go register for. I'll find the link for the actual event and I'll link
Perfect.
it so you can just click that and go register with them and breathe
stuff.
together for the next month. I'm super excited about that. Until next time, I'm Beth.
I'm Jennifer.
Don't forget, like, share, comment, help us
Yes,
spread the word.
please.
We appreciate you. And if you appreciate us and want to buy us a coffee, link is in our bio.
Bye.
For now.
Don't forget to breathe.
Come on in, there's always room. Pull up a shelf, adjust your mood. We're talking life, we're talking soul. From clutter to cosmic truths untold.